Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Azerbaijan Airlines says initial results of an investigation into the crash of its plane in Kazakhstan on Christmas Day have blamed physical and technical external interference. 38 people died when the Embracer came down at high speeds, bursting into flames 3 kilometres short of the runway. A flight attendant, who was among 29 survivors on the crashed plane, told local media that the plane was hit by some kind of external strike.
There are suggestions that it may have been hit by Russian anti-aircraft fire. There are some photographs that show potentially damage from an anti-aircraft missile from shrapnel, but we need to wait until investigators have a chance to figure out what happened.
사일정 제2항 국무총리 한덕수 탄핵소추안을 상정합니다.
South Korea has voted to impeach its acting president Han Duck-soo 2 weeks after Parliament voted to impeach its president Yoon Suk-yeol. A total of 192 lawmakers voted for his impeachment, more than 151 votes needed for it to succeed. Prime Minister Han took over the role after President Yoon was impeached by Parliament following his failed attempt to impose martial law on the 3rd of December. The head of the World Health Organization and other UN staff say they were at Yemen's international airport in Sana'a during Israeli airstrikes, which are reported to have killed at least 6 people. Here, people seen rushing out of the airports during the strikes. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said they were about to board a plane when the attacks began. Houthi-run Saba news agency said 3 people were killed at the airport and 30 injured. 2 people taking part in Australia's annual Sydney to Hobart yacht race have died in separate incidents. Both crew members died after being hit by a boom, the large pole attached horizontally to the bottom of a sail. The first boats are expected to arrive in the city of Hobart in Tasmania later on Friday or early Saturday. Several have already retired due to bad weather. The UN chief has urged Mozambican leaders to defuse unrest linked to October's disputed elections. More than 1,500 prisoners have escaped from a prison in the country, that's according to police, taking advantage of ongoing political unrest triggered by disputed election results. Video posted on social media shows a large group of people within a prison vicinity during a riot in the capital Maputo. The police chief said 33 people were killed and 15 injured in clashes with guards. Protests erupted on Monday in response to Mozambique's highest court confirming that the ruling Frelimo party, in power since 1975, had won October's presidential elections.
The Secretary General is concerned about the post-election violence which has resulted in loss of lives and the destruction of public and private property. He urges all political leaders and relevant national stakeholders to defuse tensions, including through meaningful dialogue, legal redress, refrain from the use of violence, and redouble efforts to seek a peaceful resolution to the ongoing crisis in a constructive manner, which is essential to the collective future of Mozambicans.
Peru's government has declared an environmental emergency in a northern coastal area where state oil firm Peru last weekend spilled a crude oil shipment into surrounding waters of the Pacific Ocean. Footage showed an oil-stained beach as Peru workers cleaned up the shoreline. The spill took place as a vessel carried out pre-shipment manoeuvres. And satellite images show how lava has spread around the crater of the volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. The US Geological Survey said that the eruptions have paused, with lava flows diminishing, but that a resumption in activity is possible in the coming days. The volcano is in orange watch, the USGS said, as some hazards from the eruption, like volcanic gases, remain.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.